today we're going to be talking about how I swing trade oil using volume profile, and we're going to pick up from where we left off, which would have been around 6 days ago, on movements on oil. So let me just get everything back into focus, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff that I talked about, some of the things I was hoping for versus what actually took place, right? So during the recording itself, I believe, let's see where we was. So I believe that we had covered okay. So during the recording itself, right? This was what we looked at. So at this point, the war in Iran was on, right? The war in Iran was on. Israel had just bombed sites or locations in Iran. Iran had retaliated, right? And that was the general thing. So the war started on the Friday, hence why we have this massive push all the way up to the upside. Okay, and it went past levels that I did not think oil was going to go to, just because at those prices it's practically unsustainable, right? So on the following week, when I did another recording on the Thursday, oil had done a retracement back down and it pushed back up again. So it was sitting somewhere around here somewhere, right? Now looking at that, based on how this war was going in the Middle East, I was of the mindset that it was going to continue and that this week will still be in some type of conflict situation. America, Israel, and its allies, right? So that will probably include the UK, would be going to war with Iran, right? So that's what I thought. I thought it's just going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's just really big. That's what I thought. I thought that was the beginning, early stages of that, right? So what happened was, on the Monday, over the weekend, right, the president stepped in and was like, look, this war needs to end. XYZ, you can't have it go on. So the war practically came to an end, which was a good thing, right? So what happened was, on the Monday, oil collapsed all the way back down on itself, okay, and it's now back at manageable numbers, which is, we're looking at between the 65, 66, 64 ranges, right? Which, in all fairness, this is where it's a good place for oil to be, right? It's a good place for oil to be. So in my mind, the sweet spot for oil, in terms of, because every time we get some type of move like this, right, where kind of market flies all over the place, especially with assets that we use in for our day-to-day, I try to gauge the sweet spot of pricing, and whenever it's outside of those zones, I can then take some form of I can react in a certain kind of way. So for example, based on what I've noticed now is if I ever see oil below, say, $55, I should technically be looking for buys, right? The lower, the better I should be looking for buys. And if I see oil above, what's a good range? What's a good range? A good range, a nice sweet spot. Yeah, so if I see oil above 77, I should be looking for sales from that point, right? Anything above 77, obviously it can keep going up. It can just keep going up and you'll just be getting tricked in, and with what could seem like with no end in sight, it's just going on a total bull run. But with oil, it can't actually do that, because oil is actually being used by the vast majority of the population, right? So if it's too expensive, no one can buy it, right? And if it's too cheap, it hits profit levels, profit margins, sorry. So with that, it's got to be maintained at a sweet spot. Once we identify what that sweet spot is, it becomes incredibly easy to trade, because essentially it's in a giant range and it's bouncing in between those ranges. And whenever there is a problem in the Middle East, it swings extremely to one side, which is to the high side, and then collapses back down into that range, right? So as we're looking here, I've got to jump into a higher time frame for this. So like I said, right, let me go even further back. Okay. Actually, let me get a new chart up. Let's get rid of all of this stuff here. Okay. Normally it will go back further. So let me try this. Okay, this one gave us a little bit. I'm just trying to find a chart that will give me as much data as possible, and there aren't many. And this is by far the best one that I have so far. Okay, so I'm just trying to think how I'm going to do this. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. We're gonna remove all drawings, and then, because what I basically want to show you is the sweet spot of oil based on what I've kind of observed so far, right? So this might be something, this could be nothing, right? But however, this is what I have observed. I believe it to be true. So do your own research on this one and just make sure it all makes sense to you. Yeah. So this zone right here that I've just drawn is the sweet spot of oil, right? This is the sweet spot. If price is over here, so if price is over here, you look for buys only. If price is above here, you're only looking for sells. In between here is where it's doing this whole dance, right? In between here is where it's doing this whole dance. So that's how I've kind of got everything mapped out in terms of the behavior of oil and how I like to move within it, right? And obviously this is a new development. So this is not a development that's been going on for a while. This is the one situation that basically came to my mind once the war in Iran entered its second phase. So this is after the Friday Israel's attack. This was during the retaliation phase that I really began to sit down and think about what was actually happening. And I was of the mindset that this cannot actually go on. Like, this thing cannot actually go on, and it's just going to hurt too many things. It's going to hurt too many things, and cooler heads needs to obviously jump in. And luckily for us, the only nation that Israel kind of listens to is America. So America was like, look, mate, you have to stop. And they did. So we're grateful for that. So with all of that said and done, this is what I'm expecting oil to do right now. I am expecting oil to either break out of these two levels over here, right? So these are the zones that I'm expecting oil to break out from. One of these zones, right? So either it's going to go straight through. So if oil drops all the way through and closes below 62.86, it could push back up to retest the low value node and then push down, and then maybe at this level right here of 55 or 55.90, make his way back up again. So I had it at, let's say 55.42. Okay, so it could do something like this, come in and then pop down here for a bit. Then so it could do something like this, where it drops down, it taps back in, shoots down again, makes its way to say 55. Okay, then plays around here for a bit, then pushes itself back in, maybe plays around here for a bit, blasts through this low value node area, okay, and then makes his way back up again. And then at this point, I don't think it's going to shoot back up to the 80 regions, unless if it's got a really good reason of doing so. So it might, even at worst case scenario, push all the way to point of control, or push to this zone right here, which is between the 78 and 74 region, play around there for a bit, then bounce back down again. All right, so that's how it kind of looks to me, because the oil game, it is straightforward to look at if you look at it with a different pair of eyes. So if you look at it from a different perspective, based on how the world is actually using oil. Because in all fairness, when I did that video last week, right, as much as I analyze oil, I don't think that I had broadened my view to how the world actually reacts to oil, right? So I was mentioning my thoughts in the video, in the sense that oil is unsustainable above certain prices, right? So I mentioned all of that, but I needed to broaden my mind, expand that a little bit more. And I wasn't able to do that at that time, but I have been able to do that now. So now this whole oil situation, in my opinion, has now become one of the easiest assets to trade. So this is now back into my my top selections of assets that I would like to trade on a day-to-day. Oil is now in there because I think I understand it well enough to be able to move in and out of it now. Because one of the main things when trading assets is you need to understand the asset that you're trading. Gold is the easiest to understand, and everything else just gets more and more and more complicated. And the more you're able to understand those assets, the easier it becomes to trade, right? So now the technicals make a lot more sense when you see certain things appear on the chart. So with all of that said and done, if you stayed watching up until now, definitely appreciate you for doing so, right? Drop us a comment on how you found us, right? And I will see you all on the next one.